Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I am your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Whoop, woo.
Gobble gobble, baby.
Gobble gobble, baby.
Oh my god, just insert Orange Cassidy saying that backstage.
Just gobble gobble, baby.
I hope everybody had a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. I'm thankful that you guys are still with us. Been almost a year since we started this, so I'm thankful to all of our viewers, even our newer ones. I'm thankful you guys are here, and I'm thankful that you're here, Daishro.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that we've lasted this long
Yeah, we've
because,
been on a set routine as well.
yeah, it's like, like every podcast has their ups and downs and stuff like that. And we had to take care of that one down, and, we've been on the up and up ever since. So,
Yeah, like we kind of had a rough start, like because we didn't really have a solid routine, and our Spotify stuff didn't work out because of one person. But since then, like we've been like nothing but consistent. Like we've been staying on the routine.
hmm yeah, and like we went from once a week and then we went to two times a week, which I mean that's perfect because it's like, it frees up like anything like in between and we could do notes and stuff. So it's like
Yeah,
kind
just
of
hang
thankful
out.
for that. Yeah, like we could just hang out, just say goofy shit and then just be like, this is what happened the week prior sort of thing.
Anyways, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. Relax, get a snack, even though you might be full. Get something cold to drink, or even warm to drink. Just relax. It's gonna be a good episode. Tonight's episode is gonna be titled this: our Thanksgiving episode, traditions, and what the fuck belongs on the motherfucking table. That's literally the title of this video. So we're gonna start out with talking about our traditions from past to present with Thanksgiving, and then we're gonna have a little bit of a debate time where we discuss what the fuck belongs on the motherfucking table
Fucking table.
and what does not belong on that motherfucking table. Oh my god.
It's like the do's and don'ts of Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. So let's start with our traditions. So I'm gonna start with what we did this year. This year we didn't really do much. Just a basic dinner. We had lasagna this year, which we usually don't have, but this year, hear me out. So my youngest sister came up 2 weeks ago, and my dad decided to have our turkey meal early. So we kind of technically already celebrated. We celebrated 2 weeks early, but that's understandable because my sister was up. So we kind of already had our turkey dinner before Thanksgiving, so that's okay. But we still ended up having a big meal anyways today. And my dad's like, okay, let's do lasagna. We haven't had that in a while. I'm like, okay. It's pretty fucking good. I loved it.
It's like every time that you say lasagna, it just reminds me of fucking Garfield. It's like, hey Jen, we're gonna have some lasagna. It's like, again? This is like I've just been like, again? Really? Really?
God.
Okay. Um,
Now, like, so for dessert,
mm,
so my dad's friend, his name's Kevin. I think he watches my stuff too. If that's the case, hi. Um, he's been giving my dad this thing called a pumpkin roll every year for the past 3 years, usually around Thanksgiving or Christmas time. This year we got it just before Thanksgiving. What it is, it's like, how do I want to explain this? It's like a pumpkin roll, you know what I mean? Like with like cream cheese in the middle.
hmm Yeah, I know
It's
what you're
so fucking good. And I've been eating that the past couple nights for dessert. And I had some more tonight and it's almost gone. There's like one piece left. Hopefully there's some when I get up in the morning. It's so
talking.
good. And I'm glad that he gives that to my dad. It's like super good. He's a really good friend of my dad. He's a good friend of mine too. So shout out to Kevin if you're watching this. Hi.
So know
Happy
who you are.
Thanksgiving. So what did you do for Thanksgiving this year, Dice?
Well, like previous years and some of that, like when my mom and I we were still up in Tennessee and stuff, like we would have like, like a big family gathering and stuff like that. And I have my grandma, my aunt, my uncles, uh, well, aunts, uncles, like cousins, like little cousins and stuff like that. And we would have like this big, huge like family feast. You have the basic stuff, and my uncle would always do blessings, which I mean, that's standard, like that's standard, and like what we're thankful for and all that stuff, and like since me and my mom have moved down south, like way down south, uh, into Florida territory, uh, we kept that same tradition. Like we just blessed the food that we were thankful for, and you know, being thankful for life, health, and happiness and stuff, and like it was just me, my dad, my mom, and her friend and her husband and her son. That was it. It was
Oh,
just the three
nice.
of us. And we had like some like and they were at like a campsite and stuff like that, so there was like no like internet or anything out there, which I mean that's fine. It's like you're not supposed to be on your phone all day. You're supposed to be thankful for family and stuff like that and just connect and all that stuff. So it was actually a pretty good drive out there too. It was pretty nice.
How far away was it from your house?
Uh, 35 minutes, give or take.
That's like a trip from my house to my hometown.
It was in a place called Palaca, and it's like 35 minutes, give or take.
Okay.
Depends on traffic and stuff. Traffic was
Oh.
nice actually. So
Yeah, my hometown, I guess everything was like dead, like everything was closed and stuff like
it's like a
that.
zombie. It's
It's
like a
like a
zombie.
fucking ghost town. I didn't go anywhere today. Obviously, I stayed home. Another thing I did today is I actually watched a movie by myself today. I watched a Medea movie. I think it's Medea's family reunion or something, or big reunion. It's about, so synopsis alert. It's about they're trying to all gather together because they're trying to spend time with a relative. I think it's the mother who has cancer, and there's actually a really good lesson at the end. She ends up dying, and
Spoilers.
all the siblings are fighting throughout this movie. Like they're not getting along. The husbands and wives aren't getting along either. And like the moral of the story is like you gotta put your differences aside and just get together and be one big happy family and just step up for this woman who's dying. Literally, your mother is dying. Like, you guys gotta step up and get your act together. Like,
Yeah. It's like it kind of fits like the theme that we're going with here, because like be thankful that this woman gave you life,
yeah.
because it's like the little moments count
Like I
the
can
most.
understand in some cases like if your family is toxic, like if you have a toxic parent or even both your parents are toxic, that's the only way I will like kind of be like okay, I can see your reasons why you don't want to be around. Like that's like the
Right.
only like yeah. But like in this movie, like no, like this isn't like the deal at all. Like the mother is like an absolute sweetheart, and like it was a really good movie. Let's just say that it was funny too. Of course, fucking Medea, like she's fucking amazing. Uh,
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, I did that today as well. So like that was kind of cool. I never watch movies by myself, but I did today because like hell yeah, I love Medea. And it actually, like you said, it fits today's holiday, so like it was a good day to watch it. Um, so in my past for Thanksgiving, on my mom's side, um, we used to have like a big get together, whether it was at my aunt's in my hometown or my grandmother's. Every year was different. For the most part, I believe it was at my grandmother's. Me, my cousins, even my cousins from Canada, they would come down. My aunt from Canada, she'd come down. My mother, my sisters, my grandparents. God bless your papa. um, but yeah, we all used to get together. My cousins and I would, I don't even know, like every year was different what we did. I remember one time one of my cousins took a shit outside of my grandparents'
Oh
house
my
on their
God.
fucking lawn because my papa was in the bathroom and my cousin had to take a shit so bad. I hope he's not listening to this. I don't even know if he remembers. It's the one we had on the show too.
Oh, Nate.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my god, I hope he's not watching this. Revealing all my
That'd be
family
funny. It's like
secrets.
after that'd be funny, like after the episode goes up, he's like, why'd you tell them that fucking story?
He probably doesn't even remember. He was like so young, like we were just kids. But I don't even know if that was during Thanksgiving. It might have been though. But anyways, so yeah, we all used to gather around. We had like a big freaking meal and stuff, and it was just great. I used to love it. Even at my aunt's too when we had it. I remember the last time I was at my aunt's for Thanksgiving. Uh, the next, like literally that night, they were going Black Friday shopping. So I didn't get
Mm-mm.
any sleep because I had to watch my sisters and my Canadian cousin, and I think he was like 8 or 9 at the time, or maybe even 10. But yeah, I had to watch them, so I didn't get any sleep. Yeah, they were all sleeping, but I just couldn't sleep. Like where I was sleeping that night, I could not sleep.
Yeah,
So
it's yeah. I'm not gonna go Black Friday shopping. No, fuck
no,
that.
me
No.
neither. I'm good. I've never been Black Friday shopping, but I've had to babysit because my mother went Black Friday shopping with my aunts. And it turns out they hardly got shit that year. So, in my opinion, you're better off to just like either go ahead of time or go after, like way after. Like I'm talking December or do it online. Those are your three
Yeah,
options.
that's the best options.
But yeah, I used to love doing the gatherings at my aunt's or even my grandmother's house. Obviously, now I live up here. I don't, yeah, I'm not going to go into that. I live up here. I don't really do much anymore for Thanksgiving, but it's still a very special holiday for me no matter what, because I'm thankful for who I still have in my life. And I'm thankful for my friends, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing too. It's like, I'm grateful for where I'm at right now, and it's like I'm so blessed that I have an amazing job that has been almost
A
a whole
year.
year, like next month, like 2 months from now.
You literally started your job a couple weeks after we started the podcast.
Yeah, really, yeah.
January was a big year, wow, a big month for you, excuse me.
Big year. Yeah.
Well, actually, this year in
Um,
general was a pretty big year for the both of us, considering this is probably the best year for me so far mentally. I'm in the best shape I've ever fucking been.
yeah, and also a little quick sidebar here. It's like the my personal YouTube channel has been blowing up a little bit recently. Yeah, thank you. Great, thank you, thank you. Thank you, you there in the back, thank you. Uh Hey man! But one of my YouTube shorts had gotten over 5,000 views, which is a freaking awesome milestone for me because usually some of my shorts do not do that well.
That's like me and TikTok. Like,
Right.
I had a couple videos reach over 136,000 views, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
you're like,
wow.
wait, what? Like, wait, no, 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 no.
This was like
Because,
back in April too.
yeah, like, I told my mom about it, and she was like, I was like, Mom, I said, I'm so proud of myself. She goes, why? I said, I was like jumping up and down and stuff, and I showed her, I showed her, and she's like looking, and she's like, okay, is that the top one? I'm like, no, like go two down below, and she's like, not that one. I'm like, no, Mom, like go the one up of it. And she goes, oh wow, okay, awesome. Because at that time it was
I could just see 6'4" dice jumping up and down.
oh, like it would fucking shake the whole house, probably.
That's why I'm laughing.
But all jokes aside, I am grateful for all of my subscribers that I have. It's like hopefully by maybe the end of this year, hopefully I can get to 100. Maybe. Maybe. That's a big maybe,
That's a
but
big maybe, but so you know what that means, guys. At the end of the video, go subscribe to Dice Show. I have the link in the description below in the link tree, which we will talk about later.
yeah, I love that segue.
Oh my god. And like I think one thing that I'm definitely thankful for this year in particular is music. And that's because I have discovered so much music this year and I have definitely like grown a huge passion for music, a lot more than I have been in the past. Like my passion for music has definitely grown on me this year. And a big part of it is the podcast because
Mhm.
if you think about it, a podcast is kind of like running a radio show, like Show 97.7. If y'all are from upstate New York or Canada, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like running a radio station, and like that's my dream job. I want to be a radio host, a radio talk host, whatever you want to call it, radio broadcaster. That's what I want to be someday. I want to move to Montreal and work for Show. That is literally my dream. I know so much about so many rock groups and soul artists and just everything in between that I would literally do anything to become a radio broadcaster out in Montreal. Like Montreal's radio station is huge. Shome. Like everybody in Canada knows about Shome. Even up in upstate New York where I live, everybody knows Shome. It's been around for over 50 years. I mean, come on. Like
Yeah, it's like I could see you doing that because you are a huge rock fanatic. You know a lot about Billy Talent, which is very, very popular in Canada, obviously. And you learn so many new things within radio broadcasting that you could apply to YouTube and stuff too,
yeah.
if you think about it.
Oh, definitely. Like, and the nice thing is, like, I'm not afraid to look into new groups too. Like, a lot of these groups I have found this year are because of Shom. Like,
Right.
The Warning, for example, who I think I've mentioned before. The Warning.
hmm
It's the three sisters from Mexico. They are really gaining traction right now in the rock
hmm
industry, and they're doing a great job. They actually just recently performed in the Shom Rock Room on, I believe, Monday. I think it was only two out of the three sisters though, because one was feeling a little under the weather. But it was an amazing show. I guess I heard a lot of good things about it. It was great. So that's one group, and then I got like the Sam Roberts band and the Damn Truth and the Pretty Reckless and just a lot of these other groups I found because of show and Billy Talent included. I found Billy Talent almost 3 years ago, this coming April, which is crazy to think about. Um, but yeah, like I know so much about groups and Canadian groups too, and it's just like I am more than willing to sign up. Like I want to move to Montreal someday and just live out my dreams of being a radio host, you know?
Yeah, it's like in doing a podcast and stuff that it'll put your foot in the door for a bigger opportunity like Shum too. Because it's like I can see you like interviewing major bands and indie bands too, like that come into the studio and be like, hey, like, we're putting out this new record and all that stuff like that. And it's like just pick their brain a little bit and just be like, like what inspired you to do this song or do this album and all that stuff. And it's like I can't imagine like when you do go onto Showm and Billy Talent just walks in the room, you can be like,
Now, it's funny you mentioned that because Jason Rockman, he is one of the hosts for Show. He does the show starting at 7 p.m. It's, I think it's like, what's the name of the fucking show? He's always like, you're hanging out with the Rockman on Show 97.7. Like, that's what he says. Like, that's his catchphrase. Um, he actually interviewed Billy Talent more than once. And actually, just, I think last year, he interviewed Ben Kowalowitz from Billy Talent about the upcoming album they just released this year. And I actually got to watch it on Facebook. It was fucking amazing. And I shared it on Facebook, and Jason thanked me for sharing. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, how, like, I don't know how, like, Jason must have felt getting to interview Billy Talent and even just Ben Kowalitz himself. Like, I would literally be like internally freaking, like,
Mhm. That's what I
because
was saying.
they're literally my fucking favorite group, and like, oh my god, like even the Warning, like they got to fucking sit down with the Warning at the Show'em Rock Room on Monday, like that's fucking awesome.
It's like now, in my case, I've been a huge music fanatic and stuff like that. But yes, I am learning new bands and stuff like that because of you. It's like and but there's like some rock knowledge that I do not know, but then there's a lot of rock knowledge that I do know. And it's good to have another rock enthusiast with you to compare like kind of like notes, but also share similar or different rock groups that are like, hey, this band's a good one, or this one's a good one. Like we just did that before we did the pod, like before we started recording, because you showed me a band that I did not know about, and then I did the same thing. And it was a band that I knew about, but it's like I just wanted you to listen to them and see like what you think of them, sort of thing.
Yeah,
So,
I gave you two songs by the Tea Party, which is a group that started, I believe, back in the '90s. A friend I went to school with, she actually got a tattoo. It's a Tea Party tattoo from one of their albums, and actually, the Tea Party put it on their Instagram page, and I was like, wow, that's fucking cool. So I looked into the Tea Party after that, and I'm like, wow, okay, I've heard this group before, and I realized, oh, Showm's played this before, so I was like, that's another group that Showm's got me into. So I showed you them, and then who was the group you showed me again?
first 211.
Okay, yeah, they're like a cover group. I just listened to Mr. Brightside. It's pretty good, actually. I liked it. Um, I gotta look into their stuff more. I want to go listen to Adam's song. I just saw that they did a cover of Adam's song from Blink. So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyways, we are getting off topic, and I apologize, everybody. Like, I'm just like, so basically, all in all, we are so thankful for fucking music. Because if it wasn't for music, I don't know how we would get by in life. Think about it.
Yeah, it's like,
Life
you
would
know,
be dull.
yeah, it's like, life was dull enough in the pandemic, so
Yeah, and I could definitely say music pulled me through a lot of tough times. So let's get to what belongs on the mother. So let's see. I could definitely say obviously turkey would belong,
obviously.
but like
I
I
put
don't know. Ham is like questionable.
Yeah, like if it's I think like there's some people that actually like I remember one year like my family had done turkey and ham,
Oh, they did both.
but I here's the thing. I do turkey for Thanksgiving. I do ham
Yes.
for like Christmas.
Christmas or Easter, yeah.
Right. And like I think it was just because like not a lot of people didn't like turkey, not a lot of people liked ham. And so I guess they were just doing like a compromise. So it's like, okay, you pick one or the other or both. There you go. You know.
The thing is, I like turkey over ham. So like you said, yeah, ham's for more like Easter or Christmas. That's
Hmm.
usually how we do it at my house too. But some years we have different stuff for Christmas. Last year for Christmas, I believe we had lasagna. So,
Oh my God.
but listen, my dad's Italian. Like I can't help it. Um, so obviously turkey, ham. Like I said, that's kind of debatable.
Mhm.
Like I don't, in my opinion, it doesn't belong on the table. But like I don't have hate towards it. You know, like if I see it on the table, like okay, that's cool. Um,
Right.
Now, stuffing, obviously, yes, it belongs on the table, but I actually hate stuffing. I do not like it.
How dare you?
My sisters don't like it either. My youngest sister, when she was here 2 weeks ago, we actually tried some stuffing together. I'm like, okay, if I try it, you're gonna try it. And she's like, okay. We tried a bite. Nope.
Is it okay? What is it about it that you do just
The
do not?
taste. I didn't like the taste of it. I've had both homemade and I've had the box stuffing. I didn't like either. I
Like
can't.
the stuffing that I had um was the stovetop brand.
Yeah, that's what we usually get, and I don't like the taste. And
Like
the stovetop brand we had was fucking salty.
hmm.
Even my dad said it was salty, and like he's not the one to complain about stuffing, but he even found it salty.
I I I guess it's just based on like people's taste buds and stuff like that too, because Like my mom, like she'll she's like that one person that she loves certain like things, but she's kind of like not OCD. She doesn't put things together, sort of thing. Like if it's like a mismatch, she'll actually spread it out and like divide it so it's not touching anything. Like you know how like some people they'll put like they'll do mashed potatoes and then they'll do like they'll like put something like or like corn like they'll put corn on top of their mashed potatoes or something and they'll just eat it
Ugh.
up. She puts on like a little divider and then she divides her mashed potatoes and she goes, okay, I'm good. She's always just been like
Now,
that. So
now I love potatoes. I can definitely eat potatoes any day.
I like
However,
I like
I
mashed potatoes.
I do not like the Idaho mashed potatoes. I don't like
Oh, the
those.
Idaho one.
They taste fucking fake.
It just
Like
depends.
if you're gonna make mashed potatoes, do it from scratch. Do it with real potatoes, like
Yeah,
physical potatoes from
yeah.
a bag.
My mom's friend, she did that uh earlier.
It's so good that way. Like, oh my god, and the fucking gravy. Yeah, it's gravy, but I want my everything smothered in fucking gravy. Like turkey, potatoes, my rolls. Like, oh yeah, rolls. Yes, those go on the table. Obviously, like you cannot
Um,
have a Thanksgiving without fucking rolls. Like,
Now, what is your opinion on sweet potatoes?
ugh, my dad don't like them either.
Okay, well, all right. Now, the biggest thing, green bean casserole.
Fuck yeah.
That okay, yeah, that belongs on the fucking table, of course,
My
because
dad doesn't like it. Like, why?
he is wrong.
He is a man of sin.
He's a man of sin.
That
You
shit
shall
is so
pay.
good. I've only had it once in my life. It was last year because like we had company last year,
I
and
I
it's
had some.
so
Good.
fucking good. Like I
Oh,
wish I knew how to make it. Like
my mom would probably tell you.
I next year I'm about to fucking call her up. Be like, hey, yo, teach me how to make this. Like now.
Like, because like I know you're a baker, right?
Yeah, I am.
And she would probably like she will tell you step by step on like how to make it because she's like she's made like tater tot casserole, she's made meatloaf, she's made like a
Mm.
whole bunch of, like different stuff. Like she like okay, she literally took whatever was in the pantry before and she made something out of it. That's how creative she is. She's
Sounds
like
like
freaking
me.
she's like a freaking MacGyver for cooks.
She's a magician.
She's a magician.
Magician, abracadabra, and a carrot.
Different carrot. Um, okay.
He makes
So,
fucking carrot casserole. Like that actually sounds pretty good
uh,
though.
I mean, I'm not kind of like one of those picky eaters, but it's like my mom has made goulash before, and
Mm.
I looked at it and I went, ew. And then she'd go, nah, you'll try it. Like, shut up. And stuff. And
Goulash is fucking good.
I tried it, and I was like, oh my God. Because I was just like, I'm not like really a picky eater, but it's like if it's something in front of me, I will eat it. Like if it's just, if it's just there. And I tried goulash for the first time when she made it. I was like, oh my God, I love
That's like a
you.
common household thing that we make. We make that at least fucking once a month. It's so good. Now one thing this might be controversial. I don't know if it's because we don't put it on our Thanksgiving table, like when we have turkey. I don't agree with mac and cheese being on the Thanksgiving table because it's such a common fucking like comfort food. Like you can make that any day of the week. Why are you waiting till Thanksgiving to make mac and cheese homemade? My dad makes that like almost every other month. Like it's so
I
good.
I kind of agree with you on that.
Wow, I'm
Um,
surprised.
because I had some mac and cheese earlier, and I was like, okay. Really doesn't belong on the Thanksgiving table, but okay. You know?
Now, okay, I don't need to fucking bring him up. When I was dating my ex that I do not want to go into detail about because I already did on the channel. You guys can go check that out. Uh, when I used to go to his grandparents' house for Thanksgiving, they had mac and cheese on the table, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, I love mac and cheese. It's like my favorite comfort food, but it doesn't belong on the table because it's such a common comfort food item. Like you can make that any day of the week. You can fucking find it in stores. Like you got your Velveeta, your Kraft, Bob Evans, all that stuff, and you can make it homemade. Like you can like literally find it anywhere. Like it's not like a green bean casserole thing that you literally can only make once a year.
That's true.
I'm sorry, but like I love mac and cheese. That shit is my fucking love of my life, but it doesn't belong on the Thanksgiving table. Like, I'm sorry.
Um, so like I had asked my mom about this too. So she gave me some like some suggestions and some of that credit to my mom here. Um, she put rolls, obviously.
Yes.
Uh, Cranberry sauce.
That shit's a fucking best thing in the fucking earth. That definitely belongs on the motherfucking table. Like, I could fucking eat a whole bowl of those fucking things. And most of the time, I end up doing that because, like, nobody else eats them.
I love cranberry sauce.
Oh,
Um,
it's so good. Now,
now,
we get the jellied cranberries. Like, it's like kind of like Jello almost. Like, I can't really
yeah,
explain it, but it's
yeah, I
good.
know what you're talking about.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Now, what do you think about like apple or pumpkin or like any kind of pies?
Okay, I love apple pie. That is like one of the best. Now, when I last went to my aunt's for Thanksgiving, I believe my cousin from Canada brought a coconut cream pie, and let me tell you, I was all over that bastard. I ate almost the whole pie myself.
So you just took it and just sneakily took it away and just like, we're having a moment. just, just
I
eats it.
love coconut cream pie, and it's probably my favorite pie next to chocolate cream, which we usually make chocolate pie here for Thanksgiving. That and lemon meringue, because that's my dad's favorite. Um, I don't like pumpkin pie. I actually do not like it.
Not everybody does, so you're fine.
I don't like that. I don't like pecan pie. I'm not crazy for that
Pecan pie.
either.
Yeah.
I love raspberry pie. I've had that.
I,
I
I like
don't
apple pie, cherry pie, like
cherry
anything that is
pie. I've
sweet.
had. It's okay. Um, what's another one I'm missing? Oh, butterscotch. I don't like butterscotch pie.
What about blueberry pie?
I don't like blueberries. So,
You monster!
but I've never had blueberry pie, so I'd have to try it in order to find out. Blackberry pie. I think that exists. I think I've had that once.
Yeah, I think that does exist.
Um, like I mentioned, fucking pumpkin rolls, like that belongs on the table. That's such an underrated fucking dessert. Like it's so good.
I don't think I've ever had that, but it's been so long.
It's so good, especially the way my dad's friend makes it. Again, shout out to Kevin. Like, yes, it's so good. Like, I really want to make some myself someday.
I mean, hey, you are a baker, so
Are we missing anything on the table or not on the
my
table?
my mom had suggested corn,
Yeah,
but
that belongs.
okay, I was about to say because I was like, does it belong?
Now, for me, I'm a little picky about this. I actually have a problem eating canned corn. I'm not crazy for it. I have a hard time chewing it and swallowing it. Like, my throat literally rejects it, which is weird. It literally rejects corn.
I mean, candy corn, I can let you slide with that only because it's kind of like Thanksgiving themed.
Canned corn is just not for me. Like canned corn, like I said, like you can ask my parents. It takes me forever to chew corn. Like it takes me a good 10 minutes to chew just like one spoonful. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's something wrong with my mouth or my throat.
It's like
Like
you're really savoring the flavor.
I like corn on the cob. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think that's what she meant, like corn on the cob
Now,
and stuff.
we've never had corn on the cob for Thanksgiving. That's usually like a summer thing for barbecues.
Well, yeah, but
So, like, it really depends. Like, that's another debatable one that's dependable. Like, I could tolerate canned corn on Thanksgiving, but I cannot have much of it. Usually for Thanksgiving, for vegetables, it depends. Some years we have canned carrots. Some years we have peas. Some years we have beans, whether it's green or yellow beans. Um, but I really could go for green bean casserole right now, and I'm mad because like nobody in this fucking house eats it, but me.
you and I will devour that son of a bitch.
I'm about to literally make my own like serving like amount for me for like a couple days, like, good for a couple days. Because like I'm sick of like people not wanting to eat what I like in this damn house. Like, come on, I'm about to make it myself
I'm
for
sick and
myself.
tired. I'm sick and tired of people not wanting to eat my green bean casserole.
So I guess that's gonna conclude this episode of our Thanksgiving episode. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. What are you guys thankful for? Let us know in the comments, and also let us know what you guys think belongs on the table and what doesn't. Um, so before we conclude tonight's episode completely, we have a couple things to mention, including what do you want to start with? Let's start with our song of the night. Dystro, what's song of the night tonight?
So it's very fitting, for the Thanksgiving season, since it's tonight, well today. So if you guys had remember, it was a song that this little old lady did in church, and it's greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, rams, all, and chicken, turkey.
You name it.
And the lady's name is Shirley Caesar, and there's been like vines about her, and like, I think memes about her and stuff like that, and it's like very very fitting for this episode, I
It's a
believe.
classic. Me and my cousins used to sing that, I think, at my grandparents' house, just for like the hell of it.
Her name.
I used to love that song. I'm so glad it resurfaced because like it brings back a lot of memories for me and my cousin, like when I used to hang out with my cousins. So yeah, that's our song of the night. So if you guys want to hear that good old Thanksgiving song, I'll put it at the top right hand corner at the end of this episode. So be sure to stay tuned to the end. Now this Sunday we are doing another breakdown episode because you guys really liked the Belly Talent 3 one we did. It's up to 17 views right now, which is pretty good for us considering we're a
Mhm.
very small podcast at this time. Um, so we're going to do another episode of the breakdown. This one, we are doing another AC/DC album called The Razor's Edge. We just recently listened to this one about a week ago.
Mhm.
And it's definitely one of my favorites of all time at the moment. As you guys remember us talking about before, we're on a mission to listen to every single AC/DC album there is known to man. We currently have 6 albums left, and tonight we're doing Stiff Upper Lip after we're done uploading this podcast. Um, so we're almost done. So we're gonna do a breakdown episode of The Razor's Edge, which came out in 1990. So if you guys are interested in hearing that, be sure to tune in this Sunday. It's gonna be a really good episode. Again, one of my favorite albums at this moment. So yeah. So if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to go follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to the link tree, which has everything there that you guys need, such as Dystro's gaming YouTube channel, like he had mentioned at the start of the episode. We also have Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, basically just about everything. So be sure to go follow us on social media to keep up to date with the podcast in case something goes wrong and we can't upload that night. So yeah, again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you guys are full, and I hope you guys all get some well rest after all those freaking carbs. be sure to go listen to tonight's song of the night. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
Gobble gobble.